We shall start now. Hello and welcome to the first episode of Connect, the warehouse and fulfillment webinar powered by NimbusPost. My name is Naval. I will be the host for this episode. In today's session, we will talk about how warehouses are transforming the e-commerce space. Especially if we talk about the growth of e-com industry, the revenue of Indian e-com market is projected to reach 72.91 billion US dollar this year, and warehouses and fulfillment centers plays an important role in the same. To speak more on this, we have Mr. Yash Jain, the CEO and founder of NimbusPost, with us. He will shed light on how an efficient fulfillment service or a tech-enabled warehouses can uplift the e-commerce brand's overall growth. Hello, Yash. Thank you very much for your time and welcome to the Connect.
Hey, Naval,
Uh,
thanks.
right.
Thanks for a
Uh,
quick introduction.
yeah. So since you are managing the similar service from past many years, just want to understand from you, Yash, about the core of warehouse and fulfillment center. How crucial are the role of these services in the journey of an e-com seller, be it big or small, individual or enterprise, etc.
Sure, Naval, I'll take up. I would like to keep this session, see the concept of keeping the name as Connect is like, I would like to keep this very interactive. I could see there are a couple of folks who have joined up, and I would see a lot of people will be joining up down the line. So, guys, if you have any questions, any discussion you'd like to pick up related to e-commerce, supply chain, logistics, warehousing, please be open and please shoot out into the comment box. I would be happy to take those pointers and we could have a discussion. Uh, I'll just start with like how does like the traditional warehouse and fulfillment centers or the current ecosystem works. So one of the reason why there's a big focus, why there's a big shift towards fulfillment, towards digital fulfillment is sorry, is because the e-commerce, today's e-commerce. If you see the trend of today's e-commerce, it's more about getting the faster delivery, getting faster tat, improving your customer experience, decreasing your customer tat. So specifically, it could be if you are doing a direct to channel or D2C brand, or if you're an e-commerce business and like selling across any different channel specifically. So your end goal, end objective is how you could improve your customer experience, or you could say I even call it like we call it like Amazon like experience. How you can give an Amazon like experience into your D2C direct channel and direct you could say to direct to your customers. And the second major challenge is as compared to before, the traditional fulfillment centers and warehousing setups. Now it's been more marketplace heavy. Now it's been more about multi-channel selling, brand selling across multiple marketplaces, multiple channels specifically. It could be like a brand who sells on four or five or seven different marketplaces, a couple of marketplaces. So how do you, what are the best practices? What are the best approach to keep your multi-channel inventory synced, keep your multi-channel inventory up to the mark, and how you can improve your efficiency in D2C, basically. That's the end objective. So before this, like the traditional fulfillment centers is going to be like, you could say you have a centralized storage location. You have basically like you have one place where you have certain folks and you manage those out. Now, like the trend has been like changing a bit, and what do you need for this setup, or what do you need for this fulfillment center? So you need a locations you could say you need a distributed warehouse location. You need an enabled inventory management system. You need a better, you could say, risk management system and access to advanced WMS. So how big is the trend in e-commerce, and like then we could go ahead and discuss about what are the solution towards it. So as everybody is aware, the way market is growing specifically. So the e-commerce market is expected to reach around $200 billion by 2026, and there's a good growth towards D2C segment, or you could say segment where direct sales apart from marketplaces growing aggressively. And if I see the sector specific data, so you could see apparel category contributes to 40%, consumer electronics contributes 40%, food and grocery 7%, jewelry 7%, furniture 4%, and 2% for the category. And like while this e-commerce is growing, as I shared before, even like fulfillment is one of the major pain or a core key area where you need to improvise. And that's the major key area where you could say like where you could solve the entire solution, where you could fulfill orders quickly, and like where you could scale your business without you could say without much of a hassle. So before this, all D2C brands, e-commerce businesses were more about, like you could say, uh, focus on managing the end-to-end operation by themselves. Now it's been pushing to like now it's been you could say now it's been the trend has been changing. People are willing to outsource for fulfillment centers, and like it's more about like outsourcing your fulfillment center, uh, and focus more on key areas of your business. How do we power, or what are the solution towards it? Is one of the solution is now is like the distributed inventory module, where like to decrease your TAT, to decrease your to improve your customer experience, you distribute your inventory across multiple regions. So you could say, if you are working out of India, you could put up your inventories in north, south, east, and west, and specifically like you could have a complete distributed inventory specifically. So you could have certain inventory placed at certain locations, and like as and when the order hits to your website, to your direct channel, you could get your inventory fulfilled from right from the, you could say, the nearest fulfillment center.
Yeah.
So before this, like you could say, if I would say a couple of years back, was this possible, or like was this feasible even? So this sounds very expensive. Like how could you keep a fixed cost assets at couple of locations and operate out of same? But like now the things have been very dynamic in market. There are a lot of products where like where we do warehousing, where there are a couple of players who do warehousing on a dynamic model, where we charge you for only inbound, outbound, and storage, which is a very dynamic model. So you don't need to take physical setups, physical warehouses, physical infrastructure, block capacity, block spaces to operate out of different spaces. It's all like what you need to do is, let's say you send 2,000 shipments to north, you send 2,000 shipments to south, you send 2,000 somewhere else. You've been only charged for what's getting in, what's to what's getting out specifically. So it's more or less like a very dynamic or a variable model. So with variable model and variable pricing coming into the picture, uh, you can achieve distributed fulfillment at without, you could say, without adding up a fixed cost, you could say.
Yeah.
So like
Yes, sorry to intervene in between. I mean, one question, just related to the last slide which you have presented, where considering the e-commerce growth is like 200 billion US dollars by 2026. So, from a technology point of view, manpower point of view, or global footprint point of view, how ready you guys are? I mean, how you are redefining this complete ecosystem for the e-com sellers? How your services are redefining all those things?
Sure, sure. No, I would love to take this. So, like, see, like, while e-commerce business is scaling, e-commerce business is more or less you could say, pure tech play. It's not a traditional retail. It's not something you have a physical store and you're selling products out there. E-commerce retail is completely a tech play. And if you're not strong in tech, if you don't have tech, if you're not tech enabled, if you don't have basically tech stack powering your business, you can never achieve optimized goals, or you can never achieve the best optimum outputs. So like so one of the things is like using right technology stack in the business is most important thing in e-commerce. If I talk about the e-com business, it could be like using different tools, integrating different tools, building an entire customer journey and a user journey, while like improving your the end goal is to how you can improve your post purchase experience specifically. So it could be like how do you automate different notifications using tools like WhatsApp? You use different other tools, different other remarketing funnels, basically. So like technology plays a major role, you could say, scale up or in this business to like scale. So as I shared, like the challenges with traditional warehousing is like there's a location, there's a challenge in terms of fixed cost, centralized location, and you could say there's no like lack of WMS, lack of supply chain, and like return management and all different challenges. There's a list of challenges which are the main challenges in fulfillment. What we do as a Nimbus Post, or what we enable out is like we're a tech based platform. We're a tech first platform for entire supply chain automation. We help you with entire post purchase experience. So once the order hits into your portal, bring that order comes to us. It could be shooting notifications, it could be shooting dialers, it could be human intent in terms of NDR, it could be any other solution basically. It could be like storing your product into multiple fulfillment centers and FCs into multiple locations. So we take care of all end to end, you could say, end to end execution and operation of your post purchase experience. So that's something we help out. NimbusPost is an enabler. We offer fully equipped warehouse and fulfillment centers that are ideal choice for all kind of e-commerce business. The major key factors are like we have huge number of domestic warehouses, couple of international warehouses, excellent storage capacity. We have different even we have cold storage, climate control capabilities, and different other warehousing solution. And what we do is the end objective is like one is we bring inventory near to your customer, so you can store your inventory into distributed fulfillment centers and bring it near to your customers. You We help you to achieve 99% SLA and like same day orders dispatch, fastest delivery, you could say, achieving a 2 day or a 3 day tag in terms of delivery. And then we have an entire advanced WMS and tech integration with all 3PL partners in India, which you could utilize. The competitive advantage, like faster order processing, you have a shorter delivery timelines, you have fewer returns, the RTO percentage is less, you have a reduced fulfillment, the cost of fulfillment has been reduced, you have a higher profit margin and increase in repeat purchase and a better customer experience. And that too at no fixed cost, that too at no, you could say all at variable cost. You only pay for what you use and you don't need to pay anything for fixed costs or fixed variable. There's a couple of quick case studies. So this are one or two of our fulfillment center clients who have achieved better SLAs, who have who are facing high RTO, high order defect rates, and compromise in order fulfillment. And we've helped them with our, you could say, a bigger and a fully equipped fulfillment center, skilled manpower, hassle-free storage, advanced tech solution, and we have reduced the order defect rate by 5% and RTO by 10% by achieving a distributed and advanced fulfillment center. Another quick
Yes,
case study.
before to look at another, another case study, just have one question on it. That how the warehouses of Nimbus Post Service is benefited for small brands. This is one question from inside.
Uh, hey Vikas, sure. Thanks for your question. So if you see how it's beneficial for small brands, so our services are built for small brands. So if you're a small brand, you cannot have a fixed infra cost, you cannot have a fixed monthly budget for fulfillment. So that's where we fit in and we help you. This is our client list. We have more than, you could say, 60,000 plus sellers and enterprise trust us. And we have been enabled in, and we do help you with global fulfillment centers, not just in India. If you're looking for, we are in UK, we're in Indonesia, we are in US, so we can help you with couple for the fulfillment centers and global selling in couple for the countries. So we can go ahead and take questions. So anybody would have any questions, any pointers, you could go ahead and share us. I would love to take those out. Now we can hold for a while because there's lag, so it may take some time
So
for
there is a
questions to.
another question from Akash. His question is, is this also feasible for perishable goods and frozen foods?
So Akash, with respect to the perishable foods and frozen goods, it depends on like who's your customer and how far is your customer. So instead of going for such kind of a setup with a bigger warehouses, we also have a product which is a dark warehouse. Sorry, we call it dark warehousing. Dark warehousing are small sets of warehouses which are, you could say, which are located within the city, which are very near to the city, which are located within city, which are part of your city basically. So what I suggest, if you have a perishable and food products and frozen foods, you can use a combination of a dark warehouse and a hyperlocal delivery, where your products has been stored into different smaller warehouses within city and are being delivered through different hyperlocal partners, you could say. So that could be a better mix approach where you use a dark warehouse plus hyperlocal approach, which could be more feasible for your frozen food and thus such kind of a product, because in such products you would need an immediate delivery, you would need an immediate turnaround time, you would need a faster tat for your customers.
And also, yes, I mean, since as you said, you also have the reach by UK, Indonesia, and US. Just want to understand from you. I mean, is it possible if a seller who have set up in India before, sorry, who have set up in India and he want to sell out items in US, UK without moving
Yeah,
there? Is it possible? How can they do it? And how is it
yeah,
possible
yeah.
with these
So we help
practicals?
we help with complete international enablement, you could say. So if you're a brand set up brand out of India, willing to sell into global markets, we help you with the entire setup of shipping out your bigger consignments and products from India to different countries, keeping out there, and putting into different distributed warehousing, and then helping you to make last mile delivery, you could say. So we help with the entire end to end, you could say, operations on end-to-end setup for going global.
Okay, okay, great. So, I mean, if we have any questions, we will happy to take it up before to just add up this session. So, there's a private chat. In the private chat, there is another question from Rahul stating how different you guys are in compared to the rest of the competition, specifically from service point of view.
So sure, I would love to take it. So like see, we are tech first company, we are far adopted. So you could say one is like we are far ahead in terms of tech stacks when you start using us as compared to other competitors in the market. Second is being a being a mid-sized startup, and we are at a very fast growing pace or looking for growth. So we are more customer sensitive, we are more flexible and customizable. So uh, whatever you need, whatever your business requirements are, we'll be able to help you to fulfill those better, or you could say we'll be able to help you to fulfill those requirements in a uh, more reliable and best, you could say, uh, feasible way. The best way is like if you are in an e-commerce business, you could even drop me, we could connect 101 and and help you with the solution what you're looking for.
So, I mean, is there any advice from your side, Yash, on the supply chain? How can the peeps, how can the e-commerce industry and utilize their supply chain just for all this?
Yeah. So if I talk about the supply chain, so now the brands are more focused. What I believe is the founders in the brand should be more focused towards front end, or building the business ahead, and focus on more on a front end solution, and should look to outsource their supply chain. And as I told, there's a lot of technology players like us and others who help with a complete with the help of technology. We help you with a modern supply chain. It's not a traditional supply chain. So we help you with a modern supply chain where you have a real-time dashboards, real-time tracking, real-time visibility of what's happening, what's not happening for your entire operation. And you should focus more on business side, and focus more on, you could say, the front side of the business rather than focusing on the back side.
Fair enough. Any other question if anyone asks to ask? Okay, so there is another question stated, what would be the best thing to do to prevent the stockout situation?
See, like stockout is something like a major challenge when you go and sell on multi-channel, and when you do a multi-channel, if you have a multi-channel sales approach, stockout is one of the major concern you face out there. The best solution is like you need to keep a hawkeye view in your inventory. Second is like you can set certain automations towards your, which could be, which we call as an inventory automation. So let's say if your inventory goes out below certain level, you have a strong push, you have a strong notification, you have an automated order placing if you have a fixed vendor set specifically, and like it helps you to, it helps you to be on track and be notified. Okay, these are the inventories which could go stock out and be planned. So getting stock out is something, it's all about having a visibility on how better you could have a visibility and how quick actions you could take towards it.
Another one is, what is your stake on ONDCs on the new initial things which has been started, and are you guys also connected with that?
Yeah, so we are working with ONDC team, and we are working on integrations to go live with them very quickly. We'll be live with ONDC very quickly. And with respect to ONDC, it's a great initiative. It's all about like connecting all merchants, all businesses, all startups, all right from small to bigger, and bringing them into one single interface or one single platform. So I believe this should be like what UPI have been into the finance space or finance fintech space. ONDC could be for e-commerce, depending upon how well it's executed and how well it's been adopted by the end marketplace and all the other businesses out there.
So yes, in the slide one, I have seen that in your PPT that you have mentioned that you have more than like 580 plus warehouses, including national and international. So what is the future plan? What is the figures you have in your mind to just in the going like next 1 or 2 years?
Like when I say 580, it's more of a combination of bigger plus dark warehouse centers. So the
Okay.
objective is like dark warehouse enabled smaller brands to like fulfill their inventory near to their customers and keep their inventory as near to their customers specifically. And like the end objective is like to the end goal is to bring inventory near to the customer. So slowly we have been adapting, increasing more to even tier 2 tier 3 cities slowly, and the objective is to bring inventories near to the customer. That's where what we are focusing on.
So another question, and this is in Hindi, and stating आपकी costing महंगी होगी या सस्ती होगी compared to the rest of the competition.
So
This
I
is
can
an
assure.
specific in the warehouse.
So see, like I can assure you in terms of costing would be competitive. Like one is costing, second is like service. So in terms of
यश
service,
sorry to interrupt. Since it's in Hindi, would be great अगर आप इसका हिंदी में आंसर दे सके तो. The question
sure,
is in
I'll do
Hindi.
it. I'll do it. Sure. So costing के बारे में one is like services. So services would be the best services what we could offer. Costing में हम बिल्कुल affordable होंगे, and the cost is आपका कोई fixed cost नहीं होगा इसमें. ये पूरा variable model पे रहेगा. Whatever you stock in, you pay for it. Whatever you stock out, you pay for it. So it's all variable model you could say, and like costing में हम काफी competitive रहेंगे.
Okay, fair enough. I think Yash, this is all for today. We have covered most of the questions which people have asked in the private chat or the comment box.
Sure.
And before to wrap up, just thank you very much one more time for your thank you very much for one more time. And we will connect
Thank you
soon
again.
on the
Thank
second
you.
episode where we'll talk about on another topic. Thank you very
Sure.
much. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
to you and very much for the audience. Thank you.